Hey everybody, we're back here. We're actually at Bethel, and we just wanted to do a little bit of a recap. On the way, we were doing some research at the states as we were going by, and we were driving through Wisconsin, and we're getting ready to go into Minnesota, and it was revealed there that actually 2 years prior to the outbreak in Azusa, that there was a revival there, and accounts on it 2 years before that in South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota. And on our way from Wisconsin, we see Hudson. And to most people, Hudson wouldn't be that big of a deal, but this is actually the first exit on the way to Minnesota, and it's the gateway. As you can see, my key actually says Hudson on it, and there's a little bit of backstory, and I'm going to give it to Corey to kind of explain why this is significant.
Yeah, last year during the Head of the Year conference from Chuck Pierce, the Lord spoke to me and said that one of the markers that was going to be needed in the season that was coming was that there would need to be courage, that we'd have to be people of courage. And so a couple days later, I had to take someone up to an airport nearby our home, and on the way back, I was going through a little town, and the Lord highlighted the sign Hudson to me, and I didn't pay a lot of attention to it other than I just noticed that the Lord had highlighted it. And that evening in our prayer room, we were having a worship time, and literally I just had my hands raised and I was in worship, and I looked down, and laying on the floor between my feet was this key actually, and it said Hudson on it. And so I picked it up, and obviously after twice that day I knew the Lord was trying to speak something, so I did what every good prophetic person does. I Googled it and found that Hudson actually means son of a courageous leader. And the Lord actually just began to unfold to us that we are sons and daughters of a courageous leader. And so though it may take courage to pick up these mantles of revival and these things like that, we have it because we're the sons and daughters of a courageous leader.
Yeah, and as courageous sons and daughters, you know, that is the very first step. It's the very first door to really walk in and to carry these mantles. And we're here at Bethel, and you know, I love this line. It represents courage and just the fierceness. And as actually a student, used to be a student here, it's such an honor because Bethel has really paved the way in a lot of really just going after the things and the fruits of the Spirit, and going after healing, and really taking courage and really honoring each other, and just building each other up. So
yeah, like Joel said, it was an amazing thing as we were just getting ready to go into Minnesota. We just read on the internet how the Azusa anointing broke out 2 years prior in that city, and to see the very city that was the gateway into revival was Hudson. So what we're saying is courage is the gateway into revival.